you switch it like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that?
I'm leaving Tuesday.
We thought maybe you
That's
done
good.
already lost all your money.
Does that just mean it lost its service?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of trashy here, but that's just the whole time. It's trashy service.
I'll try to keep it awesome.
Picks up a lot more people. You'll watch the people just shoot up in this way versus this way. Because how I was telling you how they can scroll.
So when you start that live, does it start from the minute? Like that's what people will see the minute you started that?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright.
If you want, Brady, you can just set it in there. Set it right in there. If you don't, then you won't have to hold it. You can still talk.
Here, hold this real quick.
It's before the meeting, so meeting starts at 6, guys.
I carried these all the way over here. I get the red
No,
I don't know what the router is. Any good connection. Yeah. It's gonna be kind of choppy, guys. It's their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and no idea, so we need to ask them. Why are we paying ourselves $240?
I'm not used to his rates then. And even going live like that.
That could be fun.
What's up, everybody? Aguilar town meeting. We'll be starting here shortly.
Oh, there's that.
Hey, buddy, good to see you. Keep cutting out.
Keep cutting out.
Yeah. Just sit in the same spot or cut out. Trash.
Having internet issues, I guess.
And it shows I got full service with it too. It's just
YouTube.
It's every time you
Oh,
move.
fun.
You're still hanging with me.
Oh yeah, good to see you, good to see you.
Hey, thanks for those thumbs up, guys.
Yep.
Every time you move, it tries to make you.
Even when I don't.
I just noticed that when I was
Well, it's just like, really, when I don't touch it. What's up, Lucky? Good to see you, bro. Double tap the screen for the thumbs up, guys. Double tap it. Let me see.
He's just lagged out.
Double tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap. That's right, James. We're just waiting for everybody to get seated and we'll get the pledge going and get started, guys. Giving everybody a chance to get notification, to get in here, get your popcorn.
Nothing. Just kind of keep layering it on.
Hello, young man, how are you?
Hi. Hi, how are you? I'm good.
Thank you.
Then we took one down and moved it to the end, which falls off of one of the trees.
I haven't seen this large one up, and it's great. And
It goes in that large
Alright, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Lucky. Should have, we got a nice little agenda ready. We're trying to get things caught up. This town's basically on the verge of bankruptcy right now. They're broke. Last week they had $1,500 in their account. They're trying to figure out how to dig out of this hole. They, as that lady over there would say, are in some deep, deep shit. So, is it cutting out on y'all? Or is it just my end that's being finicky? Aguilar, Colorado, Anthony. Thanks for being in here. That's right, Lucky. Well, we've been getting a lot done here, guys, for you guys that don't know. We've made a lot of changes here. We're trying to get things straightened out now that they're admitting to. So we recalled the mayor. We'll be starting shortly, guys. Anybody you know wants to see it, share it out. Hit that thumbs up. If you're a hater, hit the thumbs down. Either way. Yeah, brother. Thanks, Betty. Got close to 20 of you guys in here. Just click out and click right back in. It's weird watching.
Oh, wow, they didn't, but I had bees. I had 12, I had bees too.
Usually don't do that to me.
Mine were just like, mostly ones.
Send the link to John. I don't see him in here.
And so they came up and they were this year.
No, I don't do anything.
You know, so, this was at the bees and.
Schedule 3 doesn't matter anymore.
Like, all of the pollinators.
But I still have.
And I left him digging up into my I'm gonna live somewhere else in between. You likes it. How do you know? Oh, okay. Okay. Who was that one?
What's up, Slo? Y'all didn't even know it, did you?
Show you names. Now I'm sitting here staring at them. That's funny.
What's up, y'all? Hey, thank y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna be starting here shortly.
I said it's
Alright. Paper mache plate.
I called a special meeting of August 28th at 6 p.m. Frank, will you lead us in the pledge, please?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Capisce?
Yeah, that's that shadow.
please.
Mayor Pro Tem? Ms. Adams?
Here.
Mr. Barajas?
Here.
Mr. Romero? Mr. Thorne?
Here.
Madam Mayor?
Here. Can I get approval of agenda as is?
Make motion to approve the agenda as written.
Seconded.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Barajas?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Could I make, or question something? Can we get some kind of an update on financials?
Did we?
No, can we?
What is it that you,
Stuff that's on the new part of the agenda. Utility position, furlough. We need money. And,
I think, if I'm not mistaken, on a special meeting, you can't amend the agenda.
we can do that.
Well, that's just what I read, that a special board meeting, we can't amend.
What was the question?
Yes.
Yes or no, approve the agenda?
Yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
Okay, reports, utilities.
I spent the last 5 days going over the Crump wells 1, 2, and 3, and I just got a reading to each of you on, this will show the amount of water that we're using from the 3 wells. We have been running just Crump 1 and 3. I today turned off, I turned on Crump 2 and turned off Crump 3 to give the pump a rest. And every 3 to 4 days, it would be recommended to alternate these pumps. We've had some problems with the chlorine coming through. It seems like at one point, we were hitting real low readings on it. As of today, the pump was, the chlorine reading was 1.10, which is fairly decent. I'm trying to bring it up to a 2.0, so and I should have that in the next couple of days. I don't have any information yet on the Mauricio well, when it, still looking for details on it, see whenever we're going to be able to add the pipe to it and get it back to where we're using it. We're needing to have a licensed waste and freshwater operator. There's Jared Wilson, who has made an offer to work under his license here by the hour. Then we have we have 2 gentlemen on besides him that we would probably need to contact. The CDPHE requires that we have a licensed operator, and I haven't personally spoke to them. I have spoke to the Colorado Rural Water District and got a lot of information on them, how to go to proceed from here. And it looks like everyone's willing to work with us to get this fixed without a lot of problems. But they are going to, we still have to keep up with it as we go. I have a website that has a list of current operators for the water that we can go through. And let's see, Bob has been cleaning the sewer pond drains. There's 2 of them there. It has to be done each day.
been keeping up with the trash and cleaning the park for motive because of Labor Day weekend coming up. And there's a link for the operators from the CDPHE that if anyone wants it, it's on, if anyone wants this, I'll give it to them. This link explains exactly what an ORC operator is and the responsibilities and then our responsibility for it. We've got contact for the wastewater side, and it's Greg Coulter, who is very willing to help us. He gave us, Erlinda and I, a lot of information the other day on where we need to go with this to get to where we need to be. We're still a ways off from it. The park restrooms have been, we're trying to open them up by 9 a.m., closing them by dusk, 7 or 8. Right now, they're clean and open. After a meeting, I'll run over and close them. We'll make sure I didn't miss anything on this. We do need to buy some diaphragms for the chlorine pump. They're a little piece of tubing that we need to have on hand there because it appears like those could get plugged up fairly quick. And I couldn't find any in the shop, and they should be at the chlorine pump itself. So I must say we don't have any. And we do have, other than the one person that's been working on the Mauricio well, I've got one more person in case they don't want to finish with this. I don't know, I haven't found out since I haven't contacted CDPHE, so I don't know what time limit we're on. Last I heard it was 30 days, and I don't know how much of that time's expired. Cindy Gully came up with an idea for a bake sale with the proceeds going to paint the building out here and kind of straighten it up, along with asking the art class at the high school if they would do a mural around the ADA ramp. We still have a roof leak at the community center that needs to be addressed, whether it be through insurance or whatever, but this has been going on for quite a while. There's, excuse me, there's some people have tagged the wall behind the grandstand out here in the park, and we really need to get some paint or do something to cover those things up. I know that there's a Sursa punch list. I haven't been able to find it. And going through inventory and the tools, from what I'm finding, it looks like I'm not finding some tools that that I found on the maintenance phone that have recently been bought. And it's things like stand-up work lights, some battery-powered hand tools, and so I'm still looking for those.
Can I ask a question, Vern? Have you guys been working on the inventory of the town assets at all? I know you've been so busy just dealing with the maintenance stuff.
I mean, Frank's been in there kind of going through what we have. I haven't spent a lot of time in there. I've been like every hour up at the pump trying.
Okay.
Since I
It's
don't know.
really important twofold. Number one, Jim Ray needs it for the audits. And number two, and we'll get into this here in a little bit, when we start rebuilding the books, at least back to 2023, I'll be able to get that inventory list of anything bought since the beginning of 2023. And so if you've got stuff that's missing that was recently purchased, we can kind of compare those notes.
It's kind of hard to take inventory because we got stuff here, the same over there. It's scattered all over, there's no,
Right.
nothing.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a fast thing, there's a lot to it.
Right, do you guys need some help with like some inventory sheets or anything?
That would be helpful, but
Everything in order, then we could count and everything, take inventory of what we have and,
Okay,
And,
so just so you know, that is one of the things holding up the audits getting finished is inventory.
if we get some maintenance people in, well, it'd probably be too long. I could start on inventory possibly Monday, but it'll take a full week.
Yeah, that's fine, is we need to get started.
We changed the combination on the locks on the shop over here, the bathrooms, well, I haven't changed those yet. All the wells, I put new locks on, there's a new combination on the sewer con. Going through this, at one time I thought I seen 4 remotes for the overhead doors. Yesterday, it seems like I could only find 3 of them, so we're gonna have to change the code on that. Frank and I tried unplugging one of them here in the back, and I don't know if there's a battery backup on it or something, but it still opens with the thing unplugged. So it's gotta have a secondary power to it. But we need to change the setting on them so that the 3 remotes that we have will be the only ones that work. We'll volunteer to do some vinyl signs for the town vehicles if the council wants me to. It's simple, on the door, Town of Aguilar, on the side of the emergency maintenance number, and possibly numbering the town vehicles so that we could do reports on them, maintenance reports, when what's done, you know, and keep a better log by number on the truck.
We can put that on the agenda for next regular meeting.
Okay?
Anything else?
I took that, truck
The white one?
and cleaned it. It took me about 3 hours to clean it. I had that much dirt inside the truck. I mean, nobody has ever cleaned it or nothing.
Thanks, Frank.
Then I took it to Walmart, I had the oil change, and they checked it out, this and that. We have a check engine light on it, which we'll probably have to, I didn't have time to address the whole thing, but it looks like it needs a little bit maintenance, like the serpentine belt looks bad. We're gonna have to change that before it breaks, and the latches on the back, on the tailgate don't work. There are just some pins in that minor adjustments, this and that. The door pins are coming out and the door don't close right, but all in all, but that leak we were looking at, I thought maybe it was on the front, but it ain't on the front, it looks like it's on the back by the oil filter. So we're gonna have to check, see where we get somebody to look at it, see what we could find. Fix that oil leak. But other than that, it was pretty good, and that it just needs a little TLC.
Is this the new truck?
No, the old white one, you know how we're trying to save on gas?
Gotcha.
And so if it's gonna help, they can use that to haul trash and do the town stuff instead of the newer truck.
Right.
Frank, do you need this, or?
No, I didn't, I just wanted to show you what,
Okay.
that, report on, what was
What's the year
done
on
on the
it?
truck.
What's the year on that truck?
2000.
Anything else?
That's paid for.
Okay, thanks.
The roads at the Crump Wells need to be graded real bad. The town had an agreement with them that we would take care of that. A gentleman that works for the county, Glenn Gainer, has offered to use his services. He's willing to come in and grade the roads for them. And it's my understanding, we're gonna have to get a throttle cable for that, so to make it possible. And those roads are getting bad. The guy's got a legitimate complaint. We need to do something there. And then,
One day at a time, Vernon, one day at a time, that's all I could say. You know, we don't, it's not like we have all these employees.
well, that's why the council's here and I'm telling you what's wrong. I'm done with the report.
Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Old health insurance, and Monica isn't here. Do you have anything new to add to it?
No, basically just, I believe the insurance was canceled as of August 15th, so, I mean, Sarah's looked into the one, and it is whatever, yeah, Care Act, the Affordable Care Act is what the quotes that I got from the guy last week. And with such a short time, we weren't able to get quotes from anybody else, but I think that, he told Sarah if we are gonna do that health insurance, it needs to be done by Friday, like the enrollment. If not, then she'd have to wait until October to enroll again, so.
I don't believe that's true. The Affordable Health Care Act, any sort of life change, like loss of coverage, you could pretty much go in and sign at any time. Is this a broker you're talking to?
It's the same, is it it was whatever she gave you last week.
Okay,
And I-
yeah,
I'm
that
sorry,
might
I
just
don't
be a
wanna
broker
elaborate.
sales pitch. I mean, because you could go in individually and sign up for the Affordable Health Care Act on your own at pretty much any time whenever you have a life change, which includes loss of insurance coverage.
And yours might be able to take effect right away if you find somebody.
Yeah, that's why I have to do it by Friday in order to have it take effect right away. On the first.
Even if it's not that company, most companies will start for the new year, and they start their enrollment like next month. But,
Open enrollment, I believe, for the general public starts November 1st. However, she's experienced that life change, what makes it her eligible that, so yeah, if she wanted it by the 1st, then by Friday makes sense. But, you know, if we can't get it together by then, she could still certainly enroll and have it start on the 15th. I believe you can get coverage starting mid-month. It doesn't have to be on the 1st.
I will see if I can send you a number tomorrow. This lady in Spring, she can call. She might be able to help you. Okay,
What does that cover? Who's all covered under that plan?
it's just a family plan for Sarah. So it's 3 people on her plan.
And then the care credit for the $367, there's 5 people.
Up to 5 people or 5 people?
There's 3 in my family plan.
And then, yeah, she got a quote for me just in case my health insurance were to need to change. So the 3-something is right now for a total of 5. 3 on Sarah's and then 2 on mine. So it's like 3 whatever, 67, I'm not sure exactly, but.
Well,
And
without
that was
wanting
just a
to,
quote. I have no intention right now of switching my health care, but we figured since we were getting quotes,
Right.
we wanted to know the worst case that the town would be looking at.
okay.
So,
Was the town administrator covered under any insurance?
No.
I didn't see any name on there. The only one I saw was Sarah and her family. That was all that was covered on there.
And do we need to discuss about what the employer portion is? That coverage?
No, we're gonna have to wait to see what insurance she finds, and then it's gonna have to come back to the board.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to QuickBooks.
Okay, I know that there's still lots of concern about this, but I've, talked to a few more people in some bookkeeping groups that I'm in, that I specifically asked, if anybody in the groups was doing municipal bookkeeping on QuickBooks, and I've got 2 responses on top of, Nicole with Levita, who did the books for Levita, that said, QuickBooks can absolutely handle town bookkeeping, and they said that they would offer me some additional free consultation on top of whatever Nicole, we can't afford her very much, so. I'm ready to start on Friday.
And speaking of QuickBooks, did you make copies of that? Everybody have them? If you'll go to bookkeeping service agreement, that is what Angela and,
Her name is Nicole.
okay, and Nicole have proposed.
So basically, under this, it's the service agreement, and she's fine with this, and I can, provide the emails, and I think I have copied Sarah and Erlinda on it. Just, she doesn't have quite as much availability as she thought she was gonna have when we first discussed this, but she could definitely offer a couple hours here and there for some consultation. And I know enough about QuickBooks that, I just need some initial setup on the chart of accounts, and some guidance with the fund accounting, which I already kinda have done a little research and understand the basic principles behind that. So, we're ready to go, starting Friday, start rebuilding these books from 2023 going forward. So if nothing else, we will have a clear picture of what has happened to the cash accounts in the last year and 8 months.
That is a part of what they're doing to get the audits cleared up. They have to redo the books.
Yeah, starting from 2023 forward. Like I said, I've been suggesting since the start that we need to go back further. But at this point, I just don't even know if it would make a difference, because the last audit was completed in 2018, and Jim Ray is still even saying that he's finding issues going back to 2016. So, you're talking about rebuilding the books, going back, pushing 8 years, 9 years at that point. So, he's still, I questioned him again last night. I'm like, look, Jim, what else do you need? Where are we at on this punch list of yours? Still need the inventory, and he's, doing some other things this week. It's hard to get him to, pinpoint an answer, so. But my part, what I know I can do is I can figure out where the cash has gone the last year and 3 quarters. So I'm thinking we'll probably use Nicole for an hour and a half, 2 hours on Friday to get started. And then we'll, as we're going and training, we'll get together punch lists, again, for any questions or additional training. and then we can reach out to her again, set up another appointment for another hour or two. I can reach out to some of these other consultants, and some of the groups. And then I also think, Erlinda, you and I should sit down, and you should probably get some training on this too, and be a user on the system. You know, some of what we discussed this morning.
Right. Yeah, I offered to come in and help,
That's what I'm saying.
even if it's posting that I have to
Right,
do. But
and
I
it's-
will,
yeah.
I can access some of the information that is needed
Right.
to help her, move along so that we have to get this done. The services that Nicole Marion is offering is general bookkeeping, bank reconciliation, detailed general ledger, financial statements, payroll, and check registers, and whatever
I
other.
think we just need to put under other consulting. That's all that she's going to be doing for us at this point is consulting. We will be doing all of that other stuff, and I'm, you know, perfectly capable of doing that other stuff. Like I said, there's just probably gonna be a few things on the opening entries when we enter those opening balances of where they need to go. And that kind of, again, goes back to Jim Ray and, but once we get that, we can start pulling the banking in, and just, we need all the bank statements from, you know, January 1, 2023 going forward, all the invoices that have been paid, and it goes pretty quick once you've got everything kind of set up. It's pretty easy to go back and do catch-up, cleanup, you know, for a year or two. We could probably have it done if, you know, a team effort, probably have it done in a couple of weeks.
You got a question for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be using QuickBooks.
Mm-hmm.
What's that gonna cost?
30 days free, and then you get 50% for 3 months. It runs $100 a month, so it'll be $50 a month for 3 months, and then it goes up to $100 a month.
Is that per PC or just
That's up to 3 users.
3 users? And somebody knows how to install it?
There is no installation. It's an online program.
Really?
Yeah. You used to be able to get QuickBooks Desktop, where it was a software installation, but like everybody else, you know, all these companies are pushing for subscription versus being able to buy one-time software. You know, downloads that you can keep locally on your computer. Now everybody wants subscriptions, and that's what QuickBooks and Intuit has really pushed
So
for.
all the information that you're gonna enter into Aguilar,
Mhm.
for Aguilar,
Mhm.
is gonna be available somewhere else out of the building?
Yes, but you would have to have login. It's secure logins. So there's gonna be a handful of people, you know, myself, and after I get done, you can even take me off of it, but Erlinda and then the office personnel will have access.
To get back to this bookkeeping service agreement,
Mm-hmm.
item number X1X, B.
Additional terms?
Yes.
There shall not participate in any financial audits of the client's books.
What's she doing?
She's consulting us on how to set up for fund accounting, on how to run the books for municipal fund accounting, and what's the best way to do that. Again, you know, there's certain things in accounting that's, accounting is accounting, but depending on the business, the industry, there might be certain things specific, and with municipal accounting, it's fund accounting, you know, the general fund, the water fund, the gas fund. So we need to just make sure that we're setting it up properly. And so then when we're spending money, it'll basically be set up in QuickBooks by project. And so there'll be a project for the water fund, there'll be a project for the general fund, be a project for the sewer fund, project for the gas fund. So then as revenue comes in, or grant money comes in, or expenditures go out, it'll be assigned to that project, and then that's how it separates the reports, for your balance sheets of profit and loss. Plus you can, of course, run vendor reports, you can see who you've paid what, to date. You can run comparisons, balance sheets for previous years, you can run, comparisons from the previous day. You can see percentages or dollar amounts of change. It stores everything. I mean, everything and that Assist currently does, but in a much more user-friendly fashion.
And we do have $350.
That I don't think she's gonna require, I'll double check, because, she cut back on what she was originally, had offered to do. She, her mom, she has a senior mom, and so she's gonna have to be traveling back and forth to Denver. So I don't think she's gonna require that, but I will double check before we start with her on Friday and send this over.
There was one other comment that I.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Is she gonna be required for us to pay her mileage and all that junk?
No, so I'll be remote, we'll be doing this Teams, so she won't be here on site. So with that being said, we just need to touch on the second part of it, as far as utility billing. Did you get a chance to look into those utility, billing softwares that?
Got one, sent me some information, and they are very, very expensive.
Okay. So yeah, definitely check into that other one. Like I said, we're not switching anything at this point, and maybe it's even we run QuickBooks along with just Assist utility billing and reading, I mean, maybe that's the option. But we just cannot stay on the Assist for the accounting. Because, I mean, Robert Half CPAs can't, decipher the information that's input, and part of that was the user inputting the information, but it's a very difficult system to navigate. And so if Jim Ray is having problems with it, Robert Half is having problems with it, we're having problems with it, it just makes sense to go to something that's much more user-friendly, and clear and easier. So,
And I think with the utility billing, when we use QuickBooks, we're gonna have to manually enter everything from utility billing onto the QuickBooks side when we take our payments, when we do anything.
Yeah, we'll
have to manually do that because they don't.
okay, you guys keep fighting me on this, but
No,
I told you,
just-
we're not
yeah,
gonna
no.
be doing that until, we've got a full year before we even get up to current, even to this year, so we're gonna just be entering past entries at this point, and so we're not gonna get to the point where we're gonna have you doing double entry. We'll have this solution figured out by the time we get to that point, so.
So at least for the next 6 months, maybe, I'm just picking that number. You'll still be on the old system. It's just, but you will be learning QuickBooks
Right.
at the same time. Okay?
Have you gone through these to find out what software?
No, but she gave us the bill last week, what's currently coming up and what the breakdown was. I didn't bring it with me.
Is there just the one or two?
No, I mean, this was the first time I'm seeing this. I just got the packet tonight, so. Was there something that you saw in here?
Well, there was that one, Bill, that you mentioned about that guy from Trinidad and, where he came in and did the operating systems and all that stuff.
The computer kernel or whatever,
Yeah.
is that one?
Yes. Is he involved in the accounting process at all?
It's just our IT.
Okay.
So, what's the difference between him and the services that Rivera was offering? Or is that the same person? The gentleman that was on,
That's for a website.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that ADA thing is, we need to keep on top of that, because that's big bucks in fines if we don't get that upgraded, so that's gotta be on our current budget, you know, of emergency stuff to do, if somebody could come with us on that.
But I think for now, what, going to QuickBooks, it's about rebuilding and starting for 2023.
Yeah, 2023 going forward.
And once we get that plugged in, we will maybe be able to have one audit. But we'll plug along on it. I told her I could, if she was open on Friday or on a Saturday, I would come and help her.
I think not this weekend.
No.
I need some downtime.
Again?
Again?
You young people.
Yeah. Haven't had downtime since I started this. I've been working 10, 11, 12-hour days. But maybe the following weekend, the following Saturday, then I could come in and.
That's probably gonna be my downtime then.
Oh, no, you don't know.
No, I
about
did.
that.
Yeah, that would work.
So
So,
anyway, so yeah, again, just a final note on that, I will double check on that $350 retainer. Since she's reduced it, maybe a $100 retainer, see if she'd be open to that or something. Would you guys be okay with that, a $100 retainer?
Brian,
No
We good?
choice.
Do I need to make a motion that we're approving this or anything?
Yes, we do.
does anybody have any questions?
I like what I'm hearing. I'm gonna say that.
We're good? Then can we get a motion to approve the bookkeeping services with Nicole Marion?
I make a motion.
My second.
Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Ms. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Bravos,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Angela, for all your efforts.
You're welcome. We'll get there.
Go ahead and take the weekend off.
Thanks.
Oh, right,
And
Monday.
Monday.
Okay, the next thing on our list is interviews for utility position under new items.
Who normally handles interviews and plays HR for the town?
More.
The board does?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing that we haven't been doing is calling references. And Stephanie was doing that for a while. Are you still doing that?
I haven't called them, these references, I won't be doing that.
We ready to start? First person on the list would be Robert Lee Alroy. Alroy.
Did we announce that we were doing interviews here
She
tonight?
called.
Okay. So he's not here? He's not here? No show?
Joshua Trujillo.
No show?
Dave Gully. I'm sorry, Mr. Dave Gully.
Sir David going?
Who wants to start?
I just, yeah, I mean, I understand that you've been in this position before, right? On and off several times, you've sat on the board, yeah. Vern, do you have any specific questions for him?
I know Dave, and I know his work history, so we'd like to bring out that he has worked for the town, he's worked for the county, and personally, I know that he's got good references here, and he's trained with all the heavy equipment and separate line.
Are there certifications, what certifications do we need?
Water.
Just the water, just the
Water's the
water?
big thing, but you previously held the water license, correct?
No, ma'am.
No?
I was going to get them, but circumstances just went out of that to town.
Okay, would you be willing, if you were hired, would you be willing to get a license?
Now, is this going to be at my cost or the town?
The town pays for it, correct? Okay.
What is that cost? Do you wanna
It doesn't matter.
know? Right.
At this point, I'm
I
not,
would
no,
have to
no,
look at
I
that.
was told on the meeting on Friday, that we had to hire.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not even.
Right, I was just out of curiosity if anyone knew what the
So,
cost was.
as of right now, the town would pay for his water license, and I'm not really sure. Vernon, do you remember if the gentleman mentioned how long it takes to get one? Or would that depend on Dave?
It depends on how fast they qualify to even take the test, but I'm still interested in what does it cost us?
He has to apply for a S license for a small
Stephanie,
I could go check. real
would you
quick.
please? She's gonna go check and see how much of, but I do know that we can rent a license that you would work under. So that's going to be our next.
What about the license from the previous, employee, is that
No,
transferable?
he took his license with him, so that's out.
This right here, you apply for a maintenance supervisor.
Yes, it is.
Right now, we need a maintenance worker, not a supervisor. You know, we don't have nobody else at this time.
I was under the impression we were looking for two
Supervisor.
part-time.
He's gonna be in charge of himself. That's
But
it.
No, I'm not.
we still have to get, even if it's a part-time employee,
That's
we
not-
have to get somebody, if he should be hired, then he'd have, I mean, he can't work the 7 days, or we have to do something.
So we're looking at two part-time.
Dave, you got something to say?
Yes, I do. I call CDPHE myself. I've talked to some of the councilmen, not everybody. There's a clause in there that if you're under 3,300 people in your town, you can get a Class S water and sewer license.
And what's a Class S?
What it is, I don't exactly know,
Small
other than
systems.
it's good enough for the town, or
Okay,
if it's under 3,300 population.
Small communities. I read
Okay.
up on it.
a rural community,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. I can check on it again tomorrow.
Dave, it says that you have all kind of heavy-duty equipment experience,
50 years. I'll run anything you gotta keep.
as long as they run.
As long as it runs. Yes, sir. Including excavators, drag lines, I don't care. No, I didn't put that on there, but that's what I was trained for in the military, and I got over 50 years worth of experience.
Would you be willing to work part-time just till our funds get better or whatever, you know what I mean?
Put a time limit on it, Frank. Put a time limit on it.
Well, I really don't know, maybe 20 hours a week or something like that for right now. It's just the money, that we don't have the funds.
I have to say, if you ask Vernon, and that's with help that he's had, correct, Vernon? The hours that he's put in just a few days.
Well,
So-
yeah, what the town needs is really gonna be two part-time, and it's gonna be 20 hours a week apiece, because I believe, Dave, you can't, or do not want to work weekends, so that we have to have a second person, and to give him time off, and, you know, it's, but, and I think I did mention it'd be part-time, didn't I?
I asked you, and you said 40 hours a week.
I didn't know it was part-time either. Did you? Did you, Bob?
What?
Did you know it was part-time?
No.
I had heard part-time.
I didn't hear it.
Well, I mean, I was,
Let me, go ahead, Vern. You're Councilman.
I'm talking myself into trouble here, so.
No,
I thought we had discussed it in an open meeting, actually. It came up during one of the last couple of meetings, hiring 2 part-time people, I
It did
believe.
their last one, but I'm into that. I'm in so much trouble all the time anyway. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Can I say something now?
Okay.
Your last employee made $22 an hour,
Correct. And what are you asking?
21. He doesn't. I worked with him before. So I know what got done and what didn't get done,
Okay.
okay? I will get it done, but I'm gonna get paid for it. I can run any machine the town owns, any of them, regardless. I'll run that galleon you have over there. I can work on the galleon. I can work on the truck that Frank was just talking about.
Okay.
I have maintenance qualifications too, but I did not put it on there. After 50 years, you learn to change the oil in cars, trucks, maintenance, equipment, everything. You've got the mayor pro tem. Have I ever run your blade, Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Did I break it?
No, sir.
Have I run your backhoe?
Yes, sir.
There you go. That's your mayor pro tem. And that's all y'all have, is a grader. And I also have Class A CDL license. I'm certified in a 18-wheeler. I can go down there if Gerald would hire me, and he can put me in one of them 18-wheel drive, or 18-wheel trucks.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wait,
But
excuse me, sir, we're doing the interviewing here?
I don't have to, I know him. He's my neighbor. But anyway, Dave, you know what we're up against here. And I would really like to have you full-time, and I think we're gonna get to that point. We're just a little bit tight right now. And I don't know exactly what we can do, but we'll work things out and come up with.
Would you be open to like a trial period of 20 hours a week for maybe, let's say, 60 days or something, and then we can revisit it? Or are we set on hiring somebody full-time now? Because if he doesn't want to work weekends, then we don't have that weekend coverage. So that's why it makes sense to maybe, do 2 part-time right now, somebody willing to work weekends, at least on a temporary basis, like Gerald said. Would you be open to that?
If I work every other weekend for 2 hours. That's all it takes to pick up the trash, check the pumps, go down and clean that stupid sewer. That's what I'm saying. The people that you had before,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that would help, somebody willing to, if he's willing to alternate some weekends with another individual, we're still gonna need some additional coverage. Or maybe even put him 30 hours and the other person, 15 hours or something a week, I mean, I think there's things that we can.
Would you consider 30 hours?
to help the town, and this is the only reason, I got 5 people up there sitting, well, 1, 3, 6, 7. I'll help this town out. But the first time somebody messes with me, I'm done. I don't need to work here. I'm here because I live here. I want to help this town get out of this mess.
Thank you.
And it wasn't me that put you there. It wasn't none of these board members that put us there. But what I'm saying, the board members need to stand up and take the reins,
Accountability.
take the ability to handle the business of this town.
Dave, that's what we're trying to do.
I know.
Believe me, that's what we're trying, that's our goal.
So, would you consider 30?
30 hours?
Dave,
What do you think?
now,
What do you think?
I'll do the 20 hours. I'll do the 20 hours. I'll do them of a morning. That's 5 hours a day for 5 days a week. Okay? I still want the same amount of money. Then there again, I don't need insurance. I've got my own.
Yeah.
But what I am saying, I know this board has certain positions, because I was on the board, so I know. We have clauses that this board can come around and ask what I'm doing. But because of the lawyers that we used to have said it was harassment. And that's illegal.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be doing that. We're not-
You can, I don't care about it. You can come and watch me dig a hole, and if I can't dig it in 15 minutes, tell me to get off the back. Okay?
No, I
I mean,
That's your job.
that's what I'm saying, it's, if you're gonna interview me for this position, if I can't do it, then
Dave, do you have any problems with, like, Vern and I are on maintenance, that maybe you could tell us that you can't make it to the pond down there, that if we would cover for you? You know, it says, give us a call, and we could pick up a little bit of the slack for you. You know what I mean? This-
I'll guarantee you, you won't need to do that.
Well, if you do,
Yeah, I'll
you have
go.
any problem with that? I mean, you know, we don't want to go stepping on your, over you, this and that. We want to work together.
I know that.
We want to work together, and this way, if you need somebody picking up the trash, give Vern or me a call, Vern do it.
No.
I mean, something like though.
Yes.
That's all that
Yeah, that-
Dave, all I'm gonna say is, you know the relationship me and you have. And you know, any day you can walk up the street and tell me what you need, and we'll, you know that. I don't have to remind you.
But I do want to ask this. When's starting time? 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock?
You know, I really don't know. I know for the office, I know those hours. But as far as maintenance, I don't know.
I think in the past it's been 8, if that's doable, I mean, I think we'll find.
I mean, if you wanna sleep in and come in at 9 o'clock, no, I'm joking.
Right, John, just pay the man already.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not really sure as to the hours for the maintenance person.
Okay. 8 till 4. 8 till 4 is 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
With 30 minutes
get
worth of
lunch?
lunch. That's 4:30 then. Okay, 8 to 4:30. That is 8 hours. If I work 4 hours, 8 till noon, 12 o'clock, that's 4 hours, correct? 5 days a week, that's 20 hours. So I want to work from 8 o'clock AM to 12 AM, PM, whatever you want to. And then 5 days a week. I will go and I'll get trash Now, I know Vern has, anyway. Vern has been writing all of the stuff down that he's doing he has to stop and do all of that. I know how to do residuals, I know all of that stuff, but I don't have a license. Now, I'm not gonna stick my neck out.
Need it just so that. and see what-
No, that's on my punch list is to get a water license.
And, well, if you can get somebody that I can work under,
Right,
would be fine. And I will get the water license. I was willing to pay for it myself, but we
no,
can be
the
in
town,
different
the
circumstances.
town pays for it.
But,
Unless you wanna pay for it and then the town reimburse you at a later date.
me and the wife was talking
No.
about that.
Pay a Tuesday for a
It's
hamburger
kinda
and
like
a
pay off.
Yeah.
No, it's something that, yeah, sorry. The town pays for it.
Okay, but,
We borrow from Gerald.
and if this doesn't pan out for more than 20 hours, within a certain length of time,
We will revisit it.
I will be, yeah,
Okay.
okay?
And let's make a motion that we hire Dave.
Well, we have to finish interviewing. We've got other individuals here to interview.
Yeah, and Dave, I want to make sure this is said, because in the past, there's been a dollar raise whenever you complete your probation, then there's been a dollar raise when you get your license.
But that's after, I know that.
Okay, well, I want to make sure that everyone's
Well, I think it's
on board.
90 days.
Yeah, I
I
did
think it's 90 days, but that's all right. That-
probation time, I think, when I said that.
Whenever that gets to that point, I will know.
Well, I want to make sure that
Now,
everyone here knew that that
Dave?
was coming.
If you're hired, we can take an inventory in there. You know, they got stuff scattered all over. But if we go in there, we're not going to see what you're doing. We're gonna go try to take inventory,
But-
okay?
Okay, but now, starting time, because Gerald knows, I don't know if anybody else has been past my house, but I'm painting my house. I would like to get my house painted, and I'll have it in the afternoon, because I want to work in the morning. 8 to 4. And if you go in, I don't care what you do, you're a councilman.
No, we're just trying to take inventory. If you need something, you let us know too.
Oh, yeah.
That way we'll order it and get it in.
And what,
If we have the money for it.
Yeah, so
That's
I
one of
think
the
it's
problems.
important that, and just so we know where we're going. Come on.
and we had set up committees to,
Yes.
that's how I'm gonna tell you. But that was only to assist you if you,
Yeah, that's all.
if you had something you needed, you could talk to a committee or at the workshop, and we would,
Okay.
maybe make a suggestion,
Even
not
if
tell
you,
you what to
even
do.
if you think you're gonna need it, we'll try to order it.
Okay. Can I ask the board, or Linda's not, don't know, and I'm not bad now, you don't get me wrong.
Whatever.
Does any of the board members seen a maintenance logbook when that backhoe was greased? If you was over there whenever the line was being dug, you could hear it squeaking.
I haven't found a maintenance, nothing out there.
I don't
That's what I'm
think,
saying. They're supposed to be greased once every 10 hours.
Somewhere in the.
I don't think they pull maintenance on any of these, Dave.
David, I was trying to set up where we number the vehicles, that we set up a maintenance schedule, but that would be, it's
Yeah, that's
just a
fine.
suggestion.
But I'll keep my own log, too. I will have a binder, so I'll know. But there again, do I have to write down, stop every hour? Because if I do, no wonder it takes so long.
Don't they put it, do they feed it into the computer?
As far as I know, I don't think so. I mean,
I'll go back
they-
I'll go back into some of my paperwork. I've got it on what Virgil done, what Derek done, and how they done it. Then I I will go from that, if it's all right with this board. I want it all okay with the board, you know, because Virgil, he went to each well. He gave an account of each well, how much water was out of it. Derek done the same thing on his gas test. Has anyone been going out there to the gas meter and putting a dial anything on it? Has any of the gas lines been checked?
Yeah.
That's what I get for the water.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, is that right there?
I have a meeting September 4th, with,
And I'm not trying to add a problem.
no, I have a meeting September 4th with, the gas people, Black Hills and who else? City of Walsenburg. So if by chance you're hired, if you're not busy on September 4th, if you or
That's my
whoever gets
birthday, I ain't
hired,
gonna be there. No, I'm joking. The 7th is
it
my
doesn't
birthday.
matter. Again,
Yeah.
you just had one last week.
Not September 7th.
Oh, jeez, I thought I wished you a happy birthday, but anyway.
You might have.
September 4th, I have a meeting with them, so whoever gets hired, I would like for them to sit in on the meeting, and it's, the inspection of the gas pipes in the community.
Well, okay, yes, I will. Because I can go on and on with all kinds of this.
Okay.
But that's all up to you all.
Dave, are you into putting in water meters and,
What's that?
are you into putting water meters in, installing them?
What's
Yes, I've
your,
done that before, but
Yeah.
it was under Mike Long. You remember when Mike was here?
right,
Yeah, Mike Long was here. And he was a supervisor. He carried the water license. So he stood there, as long as he was there, I could put in all of the, yeah, I've installed all of them.
Not gas,
Huh? Taps?
gas.
yes,
Oh, no. Well, let me say this. Each one of them lines has to have a CAD well done on it, which I'm certified in, but that's a whole new ballgame.
Thank
I
you, Dave.
appreciate it.
thank you.
Good luck, Dan.
Joshua Lloyd. Hello,
I,
I thought he was Joshua Lloyd. No?
Oh, Joshua, just nice.
Okay, let's start with, tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience.
well, I'm pretty much a jack of all trades. Unlike Dave, he's got a hell of a lot more experience on backhoes and equipment than I do. Pretty much I'm small-time maintenance. Anything small-time I can do, anything that I'm shown I can do. So I just haven't been put into experiences like Dave has or any of the other maintenance people have. I'm pretty much working all-time jobs.
We've seen you doing a lot of volunteer work over here also, cleaning, sweeping.
I have landscaping experience, painting experience, building maintenance experience, detailing experience. I mean, you pretty much name it, I've done.
Well, isn't Dave one of your references?
No.
Should be.
I have a question. Is this a one-person position or is this a two-person position? Are we hiring two or only hiring one?
Two,
Two?
correct? And both are gonna be part-time for them? Two.
Good stuff if you could sit. Putting it over
Any questions?
there. One in the chat hired, two if not.
What are you requesting for salary?
I put in there 18, I believe.
17.
17?
I saw 16.
I saw 14.
You said it, how much?
In there I put 17.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, there it is.
Again, I'm not looking for a supervisor position. I'm not looking to supervise. I can do inventory, I can do landscaping, I can do small maintenance, I can, you know, you name it, I can do it.
Would you
And
be
if I don't, if I
interested,
can't do it, I can always learn how.
would you be interested in getting a water license yourself?
Yes.
Because it wouldn't hurt us to have.
I see you, John. That's funny.
Yes, sir.
You have a valid Colorado driver's license.
I would have to switch over my Arizona to Colorado.
But it's a valid license.
It is a valid license, everything is valid on it, I have no tickets, no anything like that. Just, I would have to switch it over if you require a Colorado. If you don't, I would prefer to keep my Arizona because it doesn't expire until I'm 65, so.
Oh, you're dual resident though, aren't you? So
I am,
by-
that's why I'm saying, I've got family that I have residency out there with, I also live out here, so I would prefer to keep my Arizona license, because again, there's more benefits to having my Arizona license than a Colorado license.
We would just need to double check, any insurance liability on him driving the vehicle, but I don't see any, as long as it's a valid driver's license, I think it would have to be.
The only vehicle he couldn't use is the dump truck out there because it's air brake and it would require commercial license.
CDL.
And that's not hard to get. Air brake certification is not hard to get. I've had it before. I mean, I've had certifications. I used to work on big rigs. I used to take the transmissions out, I used to take the rears out, rebuild them, put them back together. I mean, I know maintenance, auto maintenance, building maintenance. You know, again, I've had certifications, but as everybody on here knows, certifications expire, especially if you don't stay in the industry. So,
And would you be willing to work, like, let's say if we brought on David on, would you be willing to work every other weekend? Would you all be willing to work with him and alternate those weekends?
well, that's why I asked if this was a two-person position. I am willing to work the weekends, all the week, period. I'm willing to work the weekends, so that way he doesn't have to. If we wanna split it up to where it's like 15-30, where I do the weekends, he does the week, or 20-20, he does half a day, I do half a day, whatever. I mean, however the schedule works, but I have no problem working the weekends. I mean, especially if it's only like 4 hours a day, I mean, it's really not much, it doesn't.
Well, I've seen your work habits, you pay a lot of attention to details. In maintenance, that's a good thing.
Well, like I said, I can come in, I can inventory everything for you guys.
Well, that
I
would be
mean, I'm
hard
pretty
to
detailed on it.
maintenance people, because, especially on the organization, I could stand there and I could take notes on, what is this, what is that, along with Frank, but in the long run, it's gonna be the maintenance people that set the shop up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty good with maintenance, I'm pretty good with organization. I mean, you've seen how I worked,
I have-
Gerald has seen how I worked. I've been working on Dave's house, you all seen that, so.
Anybody else? Rob?
I like the arrangement, I mean, they're willing to work together and whatever hours they work out, they're good with that. I like that.
We'll have, full coverage, one, and the other one comes in, whatever.
Well, there'll be maintenance phone also for emergency calls.
Well, again, we can work out hours, he can work like the beginning of the week, I can work the weekends at the end of the week or something like that. We can always work the hours out.
Yeah, and you would just have to figure out, an on-call system too for, at nights, emergencies, and, somebody springs.
Well, and that's what the town phones are for, is for emergencies, always always on, sitting next to the bed.
Dave has a
You got
question.
something to say, Dave?
If we have an emergency, they'll be both of us there.
Right. We both live in.
It's gotta get fixed.
Yeah, that
Plain and
makes sense,
simple.
yeah,
Yeah.
depending on the
And
emergency.
if Angela buts about it, it's got to be
You have
correct
the muscle and knowledge.
because it's an emergency.
It's like
Well,
a
whoever's
duo.
got the phone would go out, find out what it is, contact the other,
Oh, yeah.
because it might just be something.
Oh, that-
So what are we talking about? Because Dave did ask
Yeah,
earlier too,
muscle and,
when's the start date?
Older cat knowledge,
Tuesday?
fix anything.
Well, I think first we have to make a motion,
Yeah, I just wanna kinda get it out there
and
so. that
I
we
would
know.
say Tuesday would be fine, unless you're busy the weekend on you, Vernon.
This, yeah,
Yeah, so Vernon's busy, so I guess Tuesday. Oh,
but, yeah, I'd like to,
wait, we have to do a drug test first.
well, if the council wants, I'll continue with what I'm doing until the drug test comes back.
How long, where do they go?
Just Trinidad.
And when?
It usually just takes a couple days.
I'm sorry, where did, I can't hear you, where they,
Trinidad.
okay.
So they go to Trinidad, takes 2 days,
Takes a
so
couple
if
days.
the council decides on this is the direction they wanna go, then maybe Friday
Or,
to submit to a drug test, if that would be
oh,
fine.
you can just give me one now if you want to, I don't care.
We're
No,
not qualified, Dave.
I'm
right,
applying to be the marshal of watch.
so this Friday,
I got a bottle.
When they ask who's next watch.
Till this one.
So,
so
are
if,
you available on Friday to go do a drug test?
so then that way the results would be in for next week, and you could do a start date of possibly Tuesday or Wednesday.
Now, who takes care of that? The town?
Dave?
If we are scheduled on a Friday to go down there, we have to have a personnel take us. Because we can't drive ourselves legally.
And you, and of course, Sarah, you know, probably gotta make an appointment.
We'll have to call tomorrow to see.
Sarah will call tomorrow and see, and then I'll designate somebody to drive you. I knew he was gonna say it, I'll do it.
I got that.
I mean, just to make everything legal.
No, that's fine.
Y'all still got a decision,
Right,
but with the state and with the Colorado, Los Angeles County, the supervisor had to drive.
so we'll have our temporary supervisor that's been doing it all week. So you have your pick, you have Vernon, you have Frank, or Bob.
I don't care.
Vernon?
Look at Frank.
Yeah.
I don't want to get anything on it.
I got it.
Okay, let's move on, and anything else?
Are you out of applications?
Yes.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Good.
Yeah.
You're welcome, sir.
As long as they're not interested in
Thank you.
anyone else, though.
Personally, I like both of them, so
Oh, it's
we'll
good.
do it separately.
Separate,
I make a motion, Dave Gully is hired as maintenance supervisor.
Second,
roll call?
Is that gonna be for the part-time, for how many hours or whatever?
20 hours.
There we go.
I think that'll be worked out.
Sorry, second. Who's second?
Vernon and Frank?
Right?
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Barajas?
yes.
Mr. Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
About time you got a job.
No,
Yeah.
we're done.
We're done?
Okay.
Well, no, what
No,
I
go
wanted
ahead.
to say,
Yay, Dave got it.
thank you, yes, but also, being as Josh is, we've been hired evidently.
Wait, we haven't, let us vote
We haven't
first.
hired him yet.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire Joshua.
Oh, okay, but, okay, you might want to change your mind. No, I'm joking. I would like to recommend as being voted for the supervisor, that he can work with me for 2 or 3 days, so that he can get the feel of what he needs to do on the weekends.
Good shadow.
Yeah, we can work that out.
No problem.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to be on the council with,
Wait, go ahead.
When we're
Question
on,
is,
He read.
second,
21?
21.
Josh.
17.
Bob said 1450. He
well,
was
I know he looked at me, he
17, correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's what I was asking.
17. Wait,
With the
We
same
haven't voted
conditions
yet.
on the raises,
I mean, they
right?
haven't voted.
Same conditions.
Same conditions on the raises if I get all my certifications.
Well, I want to make sure that everyone here heard that.
Yeah.
Right.
With the $1 raise after probation and $1 if he gets his water license.
so when do we put him on 90-day probation?
Starting Tuesday, well, after they pass their road test.
Yeah,
You know that will be part-time?
Now, we gotta go get a cup first.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Rojas?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
Welcome aboard, gentlemen.
Thank you.
and play him
It'd be good for the town and everybody.
tomorrow. And then I'll see what they do.
Thank you all.
Welcome aboard. Now we're all done with utility. So let's move on to water hauling.
It's good. Good news.
I understand, are we talking about the gentleman we're taking the load out there every week? You know, on that, as a board member, I would think that it'd be a little bit more comfortable if we got legal advice on this.
Because I understand it, what little bit I've heard, he has paid for the water, so it's up to us to provide the water, is that the way I understand it?
Paid for the tap, yes.
He paid for the tap, so it's up to us. And so what does it take to, what is the issue why his yellow
Mauricio.
well?
Mauricio,
It's the
well, we
well.
have to get it running before this.
Vern, let me bring this up, that we were instructed by the people that were here from the water, what's that?
I have to, I don't know.
Anyway, just we are over the amount of water that we can generate out of our wells. That, and I've got a paper in my pickup that I can show you, but Mauricio cannot come online.
Unless, but since we exceeded our water consumption,
Tremendously. I think,
But the man has the tap already, and he's got the sewer already. Well, I'm not sure.
I
He bought the
understand
water
that,
tap.
Vernon, but the state also has laws that we have to follow. And that is one of them that was brought up on Friday. And it was about the Mauricio well. It has to be disconnected when we exceed a certain amount of water. And the town of Aguilar has exceeded.
more than double, or what we're allowed, is more than double.
We are over the limit.
Well,
I-
bottle leak for 3 weeks didn't help.
I know
Well,
that.
we understand that, but that's water under the bridge. I actually called the school yesterday and asked them if they would cease all outdoor watering. And Mr. Cowan said, okay. I told him the same thing, that we have exceeded the water.
I mean, now, personally, if it was me and I got to charge $3,000 for a tap, if you cut my water off, I'd want my $3,000 back. He's done nothing wrong.
We didn't say that, Vernon.
That's not, that's,
I mean, we're trying,
I'm not trying to make an argument, I just said personally, I would
We're
want my.
trying to resolve this water issue. I mean, I'm going by what the state mandates. I didn't just get up and decide this is how it was gonna be. Can you help us out? Is that what you were motioning?
Yes. If that well is already pumped 1,000,000 gallons, that's all it might be allowed to pump. And if we went over 1,000,000 gallons,
What pump?
the Mauricio well,
It hasn't, is that the one that's broken, right?
yes.
Yeah,
That's
it
one that's
hasn't even
broke.
pumped.
And if it's pumped 1,000,000 gallons, and we're only allowed by the state so much water out of that well,
Dave, it's not necessarily that.
Total rights, right?
and
It's
so,
total, all
Right.
the wells.
I get what
all
you're
the
saying.
wells.
Yeah,
but there's also a galley up there, 2 galleys. I don't know if you know about the second one or not.
That's mentioned in that
And
mandate, right?
right?
It's mentioned in the mandate, Dave. The
Yes.
ratio well plus the galley.
yes, it's all on mandate because it's under surface water. And it's one of them things, it can go either way. But if we go ahead and finish the well and put it back online, the state's gonna come in here and say, hey, we're shutting it off right there.
That
By
is
the back.
exactly what we're trying to avoid.
Yes.
I think this water hauling situation, I think we should get some legal advice on it. That's my recommendation, so that we know where we're at
That's what Vern just said.
with this. And that way, we're gonna be doing things right.
Have we put any RFPs out for an attorney for the town?
So,
I read
Vernon
this.
has a couple of, what, 3?
Had 3 on the list of recommendations that, but at the proper time was going to present it to the board.
Did you, that's on your punch list? Okay. So we're gonna have to table the water hauling, so we can address this legally.
So it's $75 a week that we're paying to haul water to your.
175.
$175 a week?
Yes.
Versus 45.
I thought it was $212, is that the living well?
It's 175 per load, so they're calling every time they take 2 loads every other Monday, so it's like 3-something.
Oh,
So
so
how much-
175 times 2 then.
Yeah.
So
How much
350.
water are they hauling to them?
1,000 gallons a week.
So 2,000, so if they're doing it twice a month, so it's 2,000 each time, so 4,000 total for the month.
For the month, yep.
You guys do the meter readings, what's like the average use of water for just the average person in town? How many gallons are they using?
Depends on the household size.
There's a minimum of 3,000 gallons.
What allocated or kind of estimated for each house or?
Yeah, whenever you pay your water bill, it's based on 3,000 gallons per household, and then there's an extra charge going over
Okay.
that.
Anything after that is your charge for it.
Okay, so it's not excessive that he's getting. He's getting an extra, I mean, we know how quick water can go. So it's not excessive, but it is definitely costing us a lot to do that.
And I think they monthly average 3,000 to 4,000 a month is what's showing that goes through their meter. And what's going through their meter is what we're hauling in, but it's like 3,000 to 4,000 every month. They very rarely go over the 3.
Do they evidently have a cistern that they dump this water in?
Yeah, yeah. And they do pay their 45 or 47.50.
The overage,
Every month they pay the minimum charge. So for every 1,000 you go over, the 3,000, it's $2.50 for each additional 1,000.
Is that the living water
For 1575,
Uh-huh.
yes, that was, they hadn't been paid in I don't know how long.
You know, I'm
We
reading it
didn't have the
too.
funds, and then they finally called, that's the amount we owed them.
That's as of 6/28. So then what's this on 8/13, another 250? So is that the current balance? I don't understand
So
these.
what you guys are looking at there is, I know I need to get bills approved, so I gave you guys, this is basically everything I have for accounts payable right now. So the first sheet that you're looking at, that one, everything highlighted in yellow is what has been paid, the checks cleared, those have been paid.
Okay, yellow is, okay.
Everything
Makes no sense.
highlighted in pink is what I'm asking to get approved. We don't have the funds for all this stuff, but as we get the funds, these are the things that I need to get paid so we don't get things turned off.
Okay.
And that first sheet there, stapled together, all them checks I printed, those have all been printed. Some of them have been signed by Donald when he was here previously. They may need to be reprinted, I'm not
Okay,
sure.
but so yellow means it's been printed, it hasn't necessarily been paid.
No, yellow means it's been printed and paid.
And paid.
Yes.
Okay, so,
So then the next sheet that you have stapled together, that looks like this one, these are what I currently have entered into assist. These are what we owe, I have not printed any of them. So none of those have been paid, but the highlighted pink ones are things that are entered that we need to figure out how we're paying.
okay, we'll get to that, we'll have to come back to that, we're kinda getting segued. I just wanted to double check on that water. So that 1575 has been paid, and then, so this 250 that's owed to them on 8/13, that's been printed or been paid?
It's been paid if it's in yellow.
In yellow, so
On
that's paid
8/13.
on 8/13, okay. And then, so they're totally current then?
Yes. So they probably will be calling in Tuesday for the next 2 weeks
Okay.
with the,
Okay, okay,
and basically they just call in on the Monday when they've got 2 loads taken and we give them the debit card over the phone.
okay. Okay, all right, I just wanted to see what we own.
And then the very last sheet is payroll, that I did a mock payroll for what I know, basically everybody's hours are accurate on there. That's my
Yeah,
hours.
we'll come back to that in our approval of bills. I just wanted that water, what the balance was on that water for that person. So it looks like we've got some other agenda items before we get to the bills. So it looks like we just
Construction paper,
pay
fucking name
that
tags, bro.
$350
Yeah, the construction paper name tags is what
for
gets
the
me.
time being until we get legal counsel. Okay, well, yeah, we're not on the bills yet. That
I
was
just
just.
wanted to show you this.
Okay.
So I think it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean
Okay. That's, because that's been paid already. Anything in yellow's been paid. This is coming due. This is coming due, so. An annual thing, okay. Okay, all right, well, I'm sure, like I said, that we'll get there.
So we
He's a
will
welfare
keep paying this
recipient.
living water until we get legal counsel on it.
Am I hearing right or adding right, but they're getting paid, they're paying $175 for 1,000 gallons? The town. Yes.
2,000 gallons.
2,000 gallons or 1,000? It's 1,000 gallons, $175.
So you're not
each time
paying
they go up
350 a month, you're paying
and it's
$700.
$175.
Yeah, that's what I figured it.
Okay, because I just asked, and I
Oh,
said
we use
2,000
brains,
gallons, $175, and you confirmed that.
So,
But
so
they didn't even put it
2,000
in.
gallons, they do it 1,000 this week, 1,000 the following week. So when we pay them, we're paying them 2 weeks at a time, but each load is about 175. So for
Okay.
2,000 gallons, we're paying $340 roughly.
Okay.
A month,
Every 2 weeks. So for-
$340 every 2
So for
weeks.
4,000 gallons, we're paying like $700 a month for their water. And they are paying the town
$45.
$45.
Does the town own a water tank that we could go fill up at the water station ourselves in Trinidad and haul this water to him? It'd be cheaper to buy one at this point. How much does a water
Those
tank
big
cost?
totes, there's a place in Denver comes into Colorado Springs, and I bought several of them from them. They're food grade with the metal around them, and they were $150 a piece, and they're 500-gallon totes.
500 gallon, and so that water station, it's what, 25 cents a gallon at the water station? 3 cents on the big? Because I know on the smaller jugs, it's 25 cents a gallon when you're filling
Bulk water sales is 3 cents a gallon.
at the water
I was
station.
there today.
Okay,
When they were hauling water, do you know what they were charging for augmentation pump when they were hauling water?
I don't know, yeah, I don't know.
so, and you said 500 gallons on those tanks?
$250 a tank, you have to have 2 tanks.
You have so, but so 500 total at 3 cents, we're talking $15? Is that right?
Yes,
So something to think about.
but the thing is, we gotta go buy the tank.
You'd have to go buy 2 tanks.
Yeah, you look at $300 and.
Would it fit, would they fit in that new truck that we bought?
I'm pretty sure we have a tank because at one point, one of our utility workers was hauling water to people down Trevettos when that didn't have that water line for several months. So I'm pretty sure we have a tank and I'm sure hopefully the truck could haul it, but legally, I don't know if that would be possible if the town could legally.
And with him on the water system, could we fill the totes here? He pays for water from us,
On the water, one of the ones I was reading about, we're not allowed to do any of that water.
we're not selling, I mean, it's already sold.
Yeah, we're selling it,
It's already sold though.
but there is no, we can't. Because if we start that burning, then everybody else is gonna see, and they're gonna say, well, you did it for somebody else.
But he has, okay.
And we're already exceeding our water usage as it is.
We are.
So,
I mean,
I know,
they were pretty upset on Friday and asking them, I said, we have 2 employees. Where there is no enforcement, you know, who's gonna go enforce it? Okay, so where are we at with water hauling then? Are we gonna table that?
so yeah, if we need legal counsel on it, then yeah, we have to. Table till our workshop meeting on second week of the month.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry?
We can't make a decision, vote on that.
No, but we can have.
That's cool.
Special meeting after.
Okay.
Take into consideration, it's one thing to buy the totes. It's another thing to have to go to Trinidad. You're gonna burn gas, you gotta pay someone, you know, you got more than $15 involved.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still gonna be less than $800.
Oh, I agree,
but-
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Yeah, no,
asking.
yeah, I mean, obviously, there's other expenses.
And that's why I was asking about here, so, now, he's already on our system.
I know what you're saying, and I
Okay.
kinda agree with that. But I realize they're on our.
They are. And because
And-
in reality, we would be using more water. This way it's coming from somewhere else.
Okay, and like he was saying, and I caught that part, it's just added expense going down there.
Right, and because the tanks are smaller, you know, we can only do 500, you know, 4,000 gallons.
4,000 gallons?
Yeah, so you're talking, yeah, you know, at least a couple of trips, but I still think even with a couple of trips with the gas, you know, if we have one tank, the cost of a second tank, if we have to keep doing this for a while, I still think we could probably save at least probably 400, 500 a month on this, and like right now, we're, you know, trying to save every single penny that we have, so, to me, it just seems like, you know, if we're trying to find solutions, it seems like it could be a viable solution.
Now, why are we hauling 4,000 gallons to them when the city, the people that live in town can only get 3,000?
Yeah, they can get more than that.
You can get all
You
the
can,
water
you
you
can get
want,
more.
but you're gonna pay,
You're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for
So
it.
they know where we
Yeah, well,
sit.
they are paying for it. She said that anything that they're going over the 3,000, they are paying that difference. So they're paying the same that we're getting, is just to get them the water, it's costing us a lot more to get them the water, so.
And something else maybe to look at is that they're not the only person on that line. Other people are on that line, but they're not having water pumped in. They've been told, sorry, until the well's up and running, we can't provide you water.
and they're doing their own, correct?
I don't know what they're doing to the water.
Why is this one,
I know the place above, the place with my water too has no back. This is closer to the creek from the house.
Dave, do you know what Don, what does he do for water up there?
Don, coming down off the Rinshire well, the first customer is Lagoon. Don Deckman has his personal well.
He's got a well.
He's got a
that's
dug
who
well.
they're hauling water to?
No,
To Aaron, he's hollering
all the water's in here.
the second house
Okay,
on that line. Now, as it comes on down through there, there's another line that goes to Bob's Lodge. There's another line, I believe, I'm not gonna say for sure, but the new guy that, there's a little red house, they bought some property there, and they've got a windmill down there, and I don't know if they dug a well, because there haven't been any taps from the town. That's why I'm saying he's got his own well.
okay.
I'm just speculating now, but then Don's down there, they've got wells on that property too. Down there where Bob owns,
Yeah.
with the lodge.
Yeah.
There's wells there, and so you have to come all the way across the road, and that ties in with Trujillo Creek, Mauricio, the Lisenby wells, all three of the Crump wells, and let's see, one. Berry West is
Now, the
offline.
Berry West caved in or something, didn't it?
It caved in whenever, what's his name up there out of Walsenburg? Whoever Water was trying to get it fixed. Mark was the mayor, and they collapsed the well. Nothing was ever done with it. So it's just sitting there. We're not getting a drop of water off it. It's just sitting there. And that well, with the Mauricio well, and the Trujillo Creek well, with them three, just them three wells running, we never did even use his company.
Just because I don't know the answer to this, I'm gonna have to ask you, if we found someone up there with a well, could we not buy water from them and transport it a short distance?
Do we need to treat the water?
Keep making.
We need to treat the water, chlorine, if we get it from their well.
Yeah, it would have to be treated.
You still got the conflict of interest, because you're hauling for one,
Right.
and the surrounding people
We
that's
mentioned-
on any
Yes.
line is not going to like it.
It was just a
This
question.
is where I really think that this should be looked at by an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
we can play with this all night long and we're not gonna come to a
New
resolution.
code
My
enforcement.
suggestion to the
New
council
code
is to
enforcement.
table this till, I don't know if we're gonna have another special meeting or,
I'd say schedule, like you said, do a special meeting after the workshop.
and then by that time, hopefully I will have an answer to this water hauling question.
Do you want me to get information on it?
Thank you.
And just one question, so
No,
we're
no.
okay to,
No, go
we're
ahead.
okay to pay the living water then until you make a final decision?
We'll get to that when we get to the bills, the people of the bills, I would say.
Can I get a motion to table this till the next meeting on September 12th?
Motion to table it, water hauling until September 12th.
Second?
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Barajas,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne.
Yes.
Town judge.
So this is where we talked about just only paying him if he actually does something for us, and get him off that $250 a month that we're paying now.
Yes.
Yes. I think as needed, I think Stephanie or Sarah mentioned that since we don't have law enforcement, that we don't, when's the last time he's been here?
For me?
Probably.
Except last year? No, last year.
Is there a contract in place?
Who is the judge?
That was funny.
I'm not sure. And
I don't know.
I don't.
Do we, I know we're paying $250 for somebody we don't really know who the judge is?
I don't personally know him. I haven't had to deal with
He's
him,
an uncle
so.
of yours. Last name
Deal.
Garcia.
No, I'm serious. Who is the judge?
John Garcia from
John
Trinidad.
Garcia?
John Garcia from Trinidad.
Yeah, I think we need to find if there's a contract for him somewhere, a vendor file for him.
One of the things that we did when we took city council, we had to go through and retain the different positions. What we need to do is turn around and not retain them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we need to look and see if there's a contract and just let him know that, if there's a contract that, we're paying him $250 a month and we have to revise that contract, we need to know.
We voted to retain him for another year in April.
In April, so we need to make a motion to, like you said, unretain
Well,
him.
what we'll do is we made a motion
I'm
to
sure you'll understand.
I don't know who's
I
he
do,
is.
so. And also, I don't know if the statutory town is bound by any law that says we have to.
We have to
one,
have
so
one on
That
retention.
might be something also to get legal advice.
I think for us, we probably have to retain an attorney and retain, law enforcement and, okay, then
Table that too, till we
I
find
think
out the
we're gonna have
legality
to
of it.
make a motion to table that one until we see if we have a contract or, and that was gonna be September 12th.
Yep.
motion to table town judge
A second.
to 9/12.
Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Barajas,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne.
Yes.
Furlough hours, town hall, library.
We have been saying that we don't have any money to pay everybody like we have been paying. So we gotta do something. We gotta cut our costs somewhere. So, the only thing to do is to furlough people. Any arguments or comments or anything from anybody?
Any comments?
been mentioned to me, you know, put each of, you know, Stephanie and Sarah on 20 hours a week, temporarily. And didn't somebody mention temporarily closing the library?
Yeah, and I see this in there, was there something in this that tells us that we can't do it? I just got this, so it's
I don't know what you're reading, but
the library.
The library page. Our goal is to ensure your residents have access to quality library services to this end.
Because it looks like there's some kind of grant that pays the libraries, right, librarians fee.
And we spent that grant money too.
so, understood, where is that grant money?
Oh, I had nothing to do with the money.
No, I'm just saying, you know, I was looking at a lot of the paperwork and it says, you know, this was budgeted for this and then when it's all, when they've taken, it has a balance, but where is that balance is what I'm asking, and I
But
mean, I get that.
It had to go with everything else that's there, and if I can find
Then we can move
There's
the
something like we
70 to
get-
the library.
we get paid like, something like, yeah, here it is. Number 2, the entire list of 13 requirements for Colorado Public Library makes the library jurisdiction eligible for $4,500 annually in state funds. So have we collected that, and can we close, are we able to close the library?
I was looking for my.
Well, if we got federal money to
He's
keep it
the same
open.
one that you have right there, that one. I'm looking at myself.
Beaches. I didn't.
And all the stuff on the librarian actually brought it in yesterday, and according to her, in whatever paperwork she left, she said that there's something in there that says they can't close they have to be open at least 20 hours a week, or they'll start losing their state funding. So she said right now, that's what they're open, they're only open 20 hours a week. So if, I guess, we went on furlough, or they had to close for more time, she said that they're gonna be losing the state funding, so.
Not necessarily, because we can move you girls to the library too to pick up your hours, right?
I'm always talking to Pat.
Huh?
She was like, library board. At one time, the librarian was all strictly a volunteer.
That's, you know, when I moved here, if I'm not mistaken, that's how that library was run. And it was through volunteers.
So maybe we need to bring that up at the workshop, you know, put the word out for the workshop that we're looking for volunteers for the library, maybe?
Well, according to this, would we be responsible to pay back this $4,500 if we close it? Or did we even receive it?
Well, where's it at?
This is state.
Well, if it went into any of the funds, the council's voted over a period of time, several times
Well,
to
and the
transfer.
library, they have their whole own board and
transfer
their own
everything to one
finances,
fund.
so any like funding that the library gets goes to.
Them
whoever-
directly, it doesn't
Yeah.
come through our funding, or to our general fund or anything?
No, it's not, I don't know.
Did you hear that, Erlinda?
What?
That the library gets their own funding, has their own books and everything, so if there's any of that funding that came in, like that $4,500, grant or whatever, it goes right into their books, it didn't run through our general fund or anything.
And I'm guessing they have their own board, because Lillian said yesterday her and the board was trying to be here for this meeting tonight, but they couldn't make it.
The Fraser's like, that's, somebody's kind of question.
Give another copy of this.
Mayor,
Oh, wait. Yes, sir. I'm listening. Did you say something?
No comment from the audience, but we haven't stopped it yet.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if you guys do want volunteers, I'm sure, I mean, like, I volunteered, I'm
We
sure.
were both willing to volunteer,
If you guys
just
need
not to do the
volunteers for the
library.
library, I'm sure you can get them, because I volunteer my weekends.
And as would I.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And, you know, and the way that we're going now, this looks like this is, everyone's just guessing on this. This is another thing we should probably ask the attorney, because okay, so this goes into their fund, yet the town's responsible to pay.
But does it go, I'm
Do
not
we pay,
familiar with it
do
yet.
we, are we paying payroll?
We do, we pay for their payroll, their
And I don't
utilities,
understand.
the internet.
If they have
all
their
of
own
that.
board, their own
Yeah, why are we paying
legal
their
entity,
payroll?
why does the town of Aguilar,
Pay their payroll.
no, I mean,
Well, you say your wife used to work there, maybe it's something you could ask.
it's kind of like the housing, they have their own board, they have their own, and they pay, but yet their budgets and everything run, you know, they have to go through here. But I'm not understanding where the library,
Here's the problem with this, this is something that we, you know, this is something that we just put on the table tonight. You know, there's links on here that explain everything we're asking, so.
well, again, I will just ask the board to table this and I will.
That's a good
want to
question,
get
Dorian.
into this, okay?
And we're gonna have to make sure that these things come up at the next meeting.
They
because-
will,
Because the last councils have not followed through with it, so I wanna make sure that this council.
we'll figure out where they're getting
Stop
paid.
cutting me off.
Wait, we're gonna figure out where they're getting paid
I know.
and how it's gonna be run. Because right now, we're gonna pay them out of an account that we don't have any money, Vernon.
I know, but.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Just a point of respect, I don't cut you off, I would appreciate the same respect.
Okay, say what you have to say.
I did.
Can I get a motion to, just the library, what are we gonna do with, since they were both together? The town,
What do you mean?
well, furlough hours, town hall, library. So we make a motion on town hall
Well,
and table the library?
yeah, I think, yes. Yes.
I agree. Make a motion that we split the two up. Vote on them separately.
Okay, before you vote, when will this take effect?
Beginning of next week.
September?
I don't know when the next.
When's
meeting
the next pay period?
Actually, Wednesday, so Friday being that Monday's a holiday, I need to do payroll Friday. So we get paid Wednesday, so payroll
Yeah,
starts
wait.
again on Monday.
How did your pay period run? Is it every week or every 2
Every
weeks?
2 weeks. Yep. So the last one was 8/21, I think. So now this is the next one, it's every other one.
Next week.
Yeah,
So you said 8/21 to when?
and then the next one would be 9/4. So the
So,
new
but
pay.
when's the ending of the pay period?
Sunday.
So the 18th, so it was, so the 4th through the 18th, or the 5th through the 18th was your pay period?
Yes, that's what you're telling, you're showing it. Ends
So
on
Monday the
Sunday,
5th, so
starts
it
on
runs
Monday.
Monday through Sunday.
Yep,
Monday from 2 weeks prior through that Sunday.
yep.
So, and then there's actually 2 months out of the year, you're getting 3 payrolls out of that.
Yep.
Okay. So then, okay, so the new pay period started the 19th, which would run through September 1st.
They're empty.
For payday on the 4th.
Yes, yep.
Okay, so the ending of the pay period
It's the first.
is the 1st. Okay, so, the beginning of the new pay period is 2nd, which is the holiday. Are we paying holidays? You guys get paid holidays? So that's actually the start, so I think, yeah, it would start, So if we're paying holidays, is that gonna be part of the 20 hours that they're each getting then? Or do they only get paid 4 hours of holiday?
It seems like they've been here long enough that the holiday should stay as a full day. You know, there's, how many years you been here? 14, you know, it's, I would say any holiday, like through this period, they get their full pay.
Well, but the holiday doesn't fall until the next pay period, the start of the new pay period, when we're talking about starting the furlough.
Okay, I have a question. So if we start this immediately, which that's what it's sounding like, what's that gonna do to the first of the month, the billing? What's it
Yeah, I mean,
going-
that's the whole thing, I mean.
Wait, what's going to happen to the training?
Yeah, I know. And that's, I mean, I haven't really been on board with the furloughs at all, actually. Because we're already running these two ragged. In my opinion, we can't afford not to have them here full-time, but that's my opinion.
And how do we pay?
It's just gotta be part of the budget, it's part of, you know, the punch list, it's part of, you know, getting emergency funding that, you know, I sent some options to Erlinda last night, you know, banks willing to do, municipal loans, some other grants that are out there. We need to call, the county, you know, and negotiate with this treasurer and be like, look, you know, we're spending, you know, upwards of $140,000 to get these audits done, and we can't get them done, you know, what are we supposed to do? You know, even at this point on my punch list, we have to really look at the option of filing bankruptcy. Town filing, you know, bankruptcy. You know, if the girl, sorry, these ladies are willing to work, to understand that maybe payroll might be a little bit late sometimes, you know, while we're scrambling. They've already, you know, been flexible enough that, you know, the couple payrolls ago, they only got half their payroll, you know, if they understand that, you know, they just gotta work with us on it. I don't think we can afford, there's too much to be done.
If, this is my thought, if we're planning on getting that audit, about the audit, whatever we're doing, for 2023 into the computer, we're going to need them here.
Well, it's not the audit, it's basically
Well,
rebuilding the books,
for
right?
2023.
Yeah, we're gonna need them there, not to mention, you know, I mean, there's core requests coming in. On my punch list, we need to figure out the state budgets, those have not been submitted the last 2 years. And as I understand it, there's some funding that can be released if those state budgets are
Right.
done. So, I mean,
Can we take,
Y'all good with the 10-minute break?
yeah.
Or you wanna go home?
well, still,
My day starts at 4:30 in the morning.
10-minute break it is.
Recess. You're adjourned?
yeah, I was just wondering.
You look, kinda look like you were being,
Oh, I said,
I love how the villains play victims and shit, right?
I told them, they don't call me when we're late.
Isn't this interesting? Have you been to such an interesting meeting in your life?
It's interesting.
Small town, 450 people.
Talking to him when we come back in.
I've been in some small towns too, but I never went to their meetings, but I should have.
Yeah.
Right, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
A bit interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, there's just.
Hey, well, this is a good meeting though, because Dave and that's
I just find it funny, dude, that everybody feels like those ladies are victims. They're fucking millions in the hole, dude, and they're victims. Oh, poor us, our hours are gonna get cut, dude. They need to go to prison. They belong in prison. They've been poisoning us and stealing our fucking money, but we need them to work for us. I don't get it. It's just weird to me. Like, govern me harder, daddy.
no, that's what I'm saying. So you get a little break, you get a little blah, blah, blah. It's, yeah. No, that's the good news when you live in the meeting today. I didn't even recognize you. Did you read It'll be good too because he can shadow off his knowledge. He's young enough to have a body, whatever it is. Kind of like it'll be good for himself. It'll be good for both, for everybody. That's what I'm saying. It's good for David. It's good for Josh. It's good.
Now your house ain't never getting done, huh? I'm gonna step out for a minute.
Are you gonna cut me in line next? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a hard time buying the fucking pity me shit. These people have been poisoning people, fucking people over, and their victim hours are gonna get cut because we're broke, because they put us broke. You know? This is the mentality here. You know what I mean? It's funny, dude. Well, make you barefoot and broke and then fucking cry when we have to be accountable for our actions, you know? I went looking for Joe today. That motherfucker's already good at fucking dodging work. Well, he wasn't nowhere. Couldn't find him. But we talked to some of his co-workers and let him know that he was the reject from here that fucked us over. So, got some friends down there. I don't think he's gonna last long down there again. Appreciate you guys all being in here, man. We gotta take 10 minutes, you know. Just cry and hug it out and all that shit, you know. They caught us stealing all the money and fucking poisoning people and shit, and damn it. You know what I mean? Shit. That's the way it goes, yo.
I've got a cantaloupe that's like. It was a volunteer. It was a volunteer, like mine was a volunteer. It came up. We put the cantaloupe up seeds. I usually get them, but they got to the compost somewhere. And they came up where they got a tree and there was an oak tree that was invading along the file.
That's what I'm concerned about. Well, that's what I'm concerned about because it's state still.
Anyway, he's got 4
If it was anything else, like convenience store or something, it's a Schedule 3 now. It's not a house.
Anyway,
What's up, y'all?
Still a schedule.
1 year ago,
Up in this bitch. Running the show, yo. You know what I mean? Oh, man. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when they talked about cutting the hours. How will we fuck everybody over? Sorry, but I'd fire their fucking asses and put them on charges. That's just me. But I'm a realist like that. I said, I pity the fool. You know? pretty much. This is my opinion, you know. When it comes down to it. Right? A lot of people, bro.
I got 2 hours to upload. 2 hours plus.
Y'all go get Johnny Bravo 303. He came out here to show support tonight, y'all. That's a long trip for the man. We appreciate him being here. Y'all showing some love, man. Johnny Bravo 303.
We still up in here.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you. All right. That's the new hire.
Yeah, that's the new hire right
That's the new hire right there. We hired all that big raw man steel. Yeah, that's his level bubble. Just to make sure he lays on his back, and if it's level, we know. Oh shit.
What do you say, Granny Party Princess?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, she's
Yeah. Yeah. They're narcissistic fuckers, dude. You know? It's like straight definition narcissistic behavior. And then cue the tears. They've been fucking this town over for years, dude. And it's sad because the town can't do no better, so they just fucking let the bear guard the honey. Got two new irons.
Can you pass it down to him? Here. Did you read it? Well, my thing is, oh, here she comes.
Well, it, not when it becomes, something that's a classic or collector's.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mustang, so make sure that it's.
Like every question you heard these two ask, dude, they couldn't answer. At least not with a straight answer, right? Like they were, she just confused the shit out of them. You know, like she just confused the shit out of them, making them think they're paying $300 a month for these people's water when really they're paying $700 a month for the water. Like this shit matters, bro. That's how we got in this fucking situation. Because they don't know what they're doing. You know?
I mean, that's really, they're probably gonna be open 20 hours.
It's just wild, man. This town ain't never getting out of the situation if it doesn't change the problem. Just like these guys return sender, they return sender on some fucking mail and shit, dude, first class. Because they're skeezy like that, dude.
Okay, we're back. Let's move on.
Fucking narcissists, yo.
Alright, Judge Judy is back.
Sorry for interrupting, but I would like to talk to the board before you guys finish and leave. I know this special meeting, there's nowhere to sign and talk, but I have a real problem with the way you guys were behaving at the last meeting Thursday night. The lady that was sitting behind me was asking valid questions that is supposed to be public information, and you guys kept cutting her off, telling me to be quiet.
Because we're not supposed to be taking comments from the audience during our meeting.
Robert,
That's what the policies are.
we're not going, if you're gonna use that kind of language, you're not.
Fuck. It's just a word. Yes, really. It's protected speech. Fuck that.
You guys have been disrespectful to the people up here.
You know what?
I love how you can be disrespectful, but if you hear one word, what did Sursa tell you?
We need to move on.
What did Sursa tell you, Erlinda?
Right, what does Sursa tell you?
You can't use that kind of language.
Fuck.
You
Fuck. That kind of language because you have a code of conduct. We do not sit on the board.
You can use that language when you have signed up to speak in front of the board. You
Right.
have
But I
not
was not
signed
able to
up.
sign
There
in tonight.
is no signing
Because there is no
for,
signed up, it's a
Well, I have
special
a few
meeting.
things that I want to talk about before we leave.
It's not, you can't do it tonight. You can come to the workshops and you can sign up during the regular meeting and then you can tell us to fuck off as much as you want, okay? But tonight it's a special meeting. There's
we're
no
not
sign
taking
up
comments
for
from the
comments
public.
from the.
Well, you don't
Where
have
there
to
was
hear
no
me, but you have to
signing.
listen.
No,
Because
I
I'm not
don't,
gonna go
Robert.
sit back down and who's gonna make me leave?
Okay,
Please
let's
tell
go
me
on
who is
to
gonna remove me from the
ordinance
meeting.
And
I will
resolution.
disrupt the whole fucking meeting the
Order,
rest of the
Robert.
night until you let me talk. Are you gonna let me talk?
No,
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 really.
really, I'm not, Robert. We need to move on.
Wow.
This is not,
You have an agenda, I don't.
we need to move on to ordinance and resolution review. Oh, did we vote?
No, we did not.
No.
Nobody
Let's
voted.
go back
Nobody
to
voted because we went on break.
furlough hours. We are going to vote on the town employees, and for the library, we're going to table that.
Have you been watching me for the last 2 years? I'm more stubborn than anybody up here. Donald tried to push me around. Donald was
Robert,
disrespectful every time I was up here.
When you were here, I was respectful to you, and I expect the same from you.
Right.
So please,
But, you guys are not, putting
bring
my
me to
meter,
the meeting on the 12th, Robert, please.
my
I
meter
need,
is not
we
a
need to go
priority.
on.
That does not cost you any money to, install the meter and turn it on. Why is that gonna wait?
So can I get a vote on the, a motion
No,
to
there's
vote
no
on
motion. I'm gonna be talking into this microphone until you finish letting me talk.
on the
So you
furlough
can
hours
ignore
for
me,
town hall, or are we
Or
gonna go?
I could keep talking and talking and talking and talking.
Don't make me call law enforcement.
Call them.
Okay.
What the fuck do you think they're gonna do?
Please,
I've been here at most of the meetings and they will not remove me. Do you know
Robert.
why?
Don't you have a restraining order?
Against you.
Not against me, but don't you have a restraining order?
Don't you got a lawsuit coming?
I
You can't honor due process?
And I don't wanna go there. I don't.
Go there.
But I
Call him.
asked
Call
you
him to come here right now. I will
Please,
stand here and wait for the
please
sheriff
sit
deputies to get here.
What's hers to say?
That is intimidation. Trying
What's
to
hers to
make me
say?
sit down. I do not follow any of that
I make a
bullshit,
motion
ever.
that we end this meeting.
It's called
That's
adjournment.
adjourned.
Or you're gonna adjourn, just like Donald did because he didn't like what I had to say.
We got a new Donald?
Exactly, exactly.
Let's make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem.
So you guys will not be adjusting your behavior at the next meeting.
Mr.
Right, it's the same shit, different people, it's all it is.
Mr.
There ain't no accountability, where the fuck's the money?
No accountability.
Where's the money, y'all? All y'all, where's the money?
And you guys are claiming to be transparent, but
We're gonna keep sidestepping where the money went? Who handled the money to make it disappear?
Linda, poor thing, you didn't like what I had to say, you didn't like my speech, you didn't like
Sure
my
you don't.
nonsense. Too fucking bad. What do you think's gonna happen at the
Judge
next meeting when I
Judy,
sign
right?
in? Do you think I'm gonna be nice and calm?
Next meeting,
No.
when you sign.
Judge Judy.
You yell at us, call what you want. This is a special meeting, so there's no.
It's Judge Judy, guys.
Special meeting. Okay.
It's sad, your own fucking council had to call you out for being rude. But you're gonna try to call somebody else out for being rude. That's not accountability or integrity, Madam Mayor.
We're volunteering our time here.
You can cut whoever you want off, right? You don't have to let people finish speaking or anything,
Too
right?
hard for you, you can resign.
Your own council member. You're not gonna make it very far, Linda, sorry. See ya. So all the people that wrote the checks, we're gonna keep them in here. Let them keep writing the checks. Yeah. Zero accountability, dude.
Exactly what I thought they would do.
When that man sues you guys, you're gonna be sorry you didn't listen. I hope you guys got the millions to cover it. You guys are worried about the 1,500 you got in your bank account. Did you see that, Bob? He tried to help you guys out. But keep doing shit the same old way, right? Wonder how you guys all got here. We let the same wolf guard the hen house. That's great. Yup. Jeez. You should have cried. I hear that works.
Not my fault.
You gotta cry. If you got the tears running down, then it makes you look like a real victim.
I keep the phone.
Hey Bob, what's she doing behind the desk? Does that mean all of us can go back here, right? She's not a worker here, so we can all just come back here and hang out, right? Right? We can. Once it's public to all. So.
I asked Sarah, is there anything I need to fill out to be able to do possibly a art night at the community center?
You don't have to fill anything out.
We got a new worker.
You want to just, like, you're going to post
That's a new one,
Yeah,
I
as long as
guess.
the hosting, having fun with people, community
Our new
coming
hire.
together, actually enjoying stuff.
let me double check with her, Linda. I mean, basically, if you want to rent it and do something, but then if you're going to invite the community, you might have to.
Because then we were thinking about maybe doing tickets and then selling the tickets at $10 a piece and then donating all the money actually back to the town to be able to use for what we need it for. If that makes sense. Tiffany, right? Yes.
And is it like a one-time thing, Tiffany, or just depending on how it works?
I kind of want to see how the first one goes.
Leave it open.
Yeah, it don't work. It's just tore up, just like everything else here.
So we might be
It's trash.
donations, that could be a whole.
And just like his employees. All right, y'all. So the meeting shut the fuck down. They don't want no accountability.
It's adjourned. Hey, look,
As long as they can keep
let me say real
skirting and
quick.
make it try to look
It's
good, that's all that
adjourned
matters.
because of this man, Robert. Just wait.
So I have permission to come to the next regular meeting and
Oh,
cuss
yeah,
for
yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh yeah, no, I heard it. It's straight up on there. I was a witness to it. So you can come here and say fuck us all you want. All right, cool.
That's if they make it to the next meeting, I guess. It's just the same shit, different day, man. Nothing changing at all. So. And Erlinda's a dumb bitch. See how she likes that.
She didn't like that because she tried to control and didn't work. I told her nobody's
She can't follow her own goddamn rules.
You people coming down.
So,
What's up? What's up, Vern?
Alright, y'all. I appreciate y'all being in here. Appreciate all those thumbs up. Like I say, go hit up Johnny Bravo 303. We're gonna catch you on the next one.
Alright,
Should
turn
be
it up.
what, a week or two?
So, I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alright guys, we out, man. See you guys next time.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks,
guys all for
everybody,
being
for
here,
showing
Betty,
up, man.
John.
Good to see you, John.
Yeah. 357.
Everybody else in there, yeah, that was
Late.
fun.